What defines a high-quality, out-of-school time arts program? And what does it take to engage urban, low-income youth in these programs when there are so many other options? The Wallace Foundation set out to answer both questions. They explore the issues in depth with experts, including urban youth and their families, researchers, academics, and the staffs of some of the nation's best arts programs. The research identified 10 principles for effective, high-quality programs. This video highlights how some of those principles are part of Spy Hop Productions' formula for success.
I think when you have a space that is sending a message to your young people that you respect them and you hold them to a high level of accountability and a high standard of professionalism, you're going to get that in return. You know, the kids that come here won't know each other before they come here, and then they come here and they make lifelong friends. Or at least they're still friends 5, 10 years later. Truly at the core of what we do is youth development. It's helping a young person, figure out and make sense of what's going on in the world around them and using a tool that's ubiquitous. This is a neutral zone, and it's a safe place. And the students that come in this door know all the adults that are here, and they may not be their mentor, but they know we're here, they see us, we have this open space, we work, and it's not closed off. And I think that also sends a really strong message to our young people that this is about collaboration. This is about communication. I think it's really important to have a space that reflects your core values. When kids walk through the door, they're like, whoa, okay, this is important. The work I'm doing is important. I'm gonna be here. And we don't have any problems with kids not showing up or not wanting to be here, not committing. Like commitment, accountability, responsibility, those are super critical in what we're doing. And they love it here. Like they will come and hang out here all day if they could, if they didn't have to go to school.
It's welcoming. It's a place where we've been here long enough where we're comfortable, talking and joking with the staff and the mentors, and it's not a place to be scared of. Because, the first couple of weeks I was here, it was like, I don't know anybody who works here, I don't know anybody in my class, and now it's just like, I feel free as a bird walking through the door and going up to a random computer and working or going in and checking out equipment. It's a safe place. It's a welcoming place, and it's definitely a place to harness your creativity.
I think our formula for success certainly is the fact that all of our mentors, all of our teaching artists are full-time salaried employees, and they are all practicing artists themselves. They're integral to the entire system that we have, in furthering our mission. When we're looking at outreach, we're looking at marketing, we're looking at fundraising, they're critical to that, they're integral to that process. I think the success of what we do here is really based on the fact that we do have our teaching artists as a part of the entire organization, and not just they come in after school and teach for a couple hours every week. They are integral to developing that and making sure that we're actually holding true to our values and helping us define what those values are, because they're the experts in what they're doing. But what I think gets lost if you don't have an artist is that authenticity, that understanding. I've been there, I know what it's like, I know what you're struggling with right now. You can move forward, you can move through this, you can mentor them through their life experiences and what, their troubles that they're having, say in school or at home or with friends. But can you help them understand the struggles that an artist goes through internally, psychologically, emotionally when they're delving into, their creativity and their voice and finding that.
Every mentor that works here, one word that defines all of us is passion. We're not just, trying to teach teenagers what, about audio, about video, about, radio. We're communicating our passion for what we do.
I think the reason that they end up sticking around is because of these connections that they have with the mentors, and with these adults who are willing to communicate with them on a real level, who are willing to listen, who are willing to just be as real as possible.
We have peer mentors, so we have young people that act as assistants in the classroom. So they're kind of peer-to-peer leaders, giving them that sense of ownership. They themselves are, have input in the classroom. I mean, we may have a mentor that's sick, for example, and the peer mentor will take the class and they teach the class. They help the students work through some of the issues that they're having with, their projects.
We're there to facilitate conversations, but not to make any decisions for them. And so that really puts all the pressure on them in a good way. It makes the students have to really be responsible for what's going to come out of the whole process. And they know if it's a success, it's their success. If it's not a success, maybe they didn't communicate as well as they should have. And, we do our best to, we very rarely don't have a success.
Everything that I work on here is important because I try not to just think of it as this is a Spy Hop project, but also as this is a project for me that I'm creating for myself. I'm putting my name on it. My name is into this, so let me do my best and see what comes out of it.
So our process is we help you get where you want to go. We don't force it on you. You come to us and say, all right, I want to make a movie. Well, we would show you all the steps that would go into that process. And at the end of it, we're not even trying to turn you into a movie maker or a recording engineer or a radio DJ for life, okay? The takeaway is you learn some skills. And for me, I think the most important skill they learn is discipline. The feedback I get most of the time is that I learn to be disciplined. I learned to take an idea from inception and turn it into a final product.
I think that's what a lot of this stuff operates on, especially our beginning classes. It's people who don't know a lot of things, and then you give them one little tool. They'll use that tool, and then they start to hunger for more tools. And then they perpetually drive themselves forward to want to do more.
They're working on certain things. They're learning to be accountable. They're learning to, get things done on time. They're learning to finish a project. They're learning to work with students that are, that have different, cultural backgrounds. They and then they're doing a project for a community organization. So they would often meet with those organizations, learn more about the organization, and so kind of within that one project, they may actually tackle most of those elements. It's so much more valuable, but it really is the same thing. They're learning technical skills and they're learning how to make art on a computer, but it's just kind of a little more extreme.
We had this daunting task of Pitchnik itself, which is a year-long experience, and you pitch to the crowd and you get a budget for it, and people are expecting you to produce and show something that they've given you money for, so it better be of good quality.
Just that process of working with a client, or in the case of Pitchnik, having this premiere that there's going to be 500 people there, and there's going to be an audience, and you have to finish because people are going to watch it, that helps a lot.
When we did our premiere and everyone watched our films, and just that feeling after all this work that you put into it, so much time, and then seeing it on the big screen, and it goes by so fast, but you're just yeah, that was good.
There's something about watching your film with an audience too for the first time, because you're just twiddling your thumbs in the front seat, and you can just hear the audience behind you make these noises, and you're just I hope they like it.
Yeah.
I had a student last year who, in his interview process, because we interview the candidates to figure out who's actually going to be in the class, he made it very clear that Pitchnik to him, if he was allowed to take it, was the symbol that he's grown up. Pitchnik was it. Okay, and I'm ready to actually be an adult because I've taken Pitchnik. And I don't think he's the only person who feels that way.
Stand behind me. If I need your help, you can give me your help. And yeah, teenagers are difficult, but there's we don't, I guess we don't want to be told what to do. And I think, yeah, it's comfortable to be able to come to a place where I'm not being told what to do.
We value you enough to have this, high-tech space with this expensive equipment that you get to touch on the very first day that you're here. And that we respect you, and in turn you will respect us, and it happens.